In 52 years of life, I've met a lot of people. Some of these people do things, some of them say they want to do things. And the least common denominator are the people that actually get the things done. One of the people that I've met along the way has worked with me for about a year, and I've known him for about 5 years since we were in barber school together. This young man came to me with a dream to become something special and to be a big name in the barber industry. He has since come to Deluxe Barbershop. He is now a six-figure earner. And today we've got Justice McManus with us. Justice, how you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Thanks for having me.
I'm really serious when I say that you're a guy who does things. You really do. I know that you came from a rougher background, and some of the things I wanted to chat about today were just how you've been able to do the thing, right? We call this podcast Do the Thing because we're talking about action, and action is really what's the most important thing, right? Everybody talks. Well, you know this as well as I do. People talk.
People
and
do
they talk. Yeah. And but people don't often do, right? And everybody wants to do things. Nobody understands what your journey was like, not just the barber journey, but when you talk about your whole life. And so I wanted to just dive in, have you just tell me a little bit about yourself and tell us who you are, what it means to work at Deluxe. And then I've got a couple of questions. We'll dive in to do the thing.
Cool. My name is Justice. I moved up here in 2020 to go to barber school as we went to Tony and Guy. And then the whole COVID thing happened and we all went our separate ways. You went down to Boise, finished up there. And at the time, I didn't have the money or maturity or the will to make that big move going down to Boise and finishing up, which I wish I would have been able to, but the way it happened, it was a blessing. Back up, I was bartending in between finishing school when we got, the school shut down.
I remember.
I picked up a bartending gig just to make ends meet, and that really shaped me into who I am now because I met my fiancée. She helped me grow up. I was very immature, and you know how it is when you're young 20s, and
I do. You don't mature until you've paid the price. You gotta go through some suffering and
trials and tribulations.
It's the rite of passage, man. And there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I think every man should suffer and then learn and grow from it. Having gotten to know you really intimately over the last 5 years and seeing like where you came from and how good of a human being you are, how hard you work here. I mean, you're one of the hardest working young men I've ever met. You love your family. You didn't grow up in an environment like that, from what I know. And what I'm curious about is, when you were growing up, what did that look like? What did survival really look like for you? Because it wasn't like it is for you now.
No.
So what did survival look like for you, growing up?
In high school, I had a bunch of friends, and I I had moved out when I was around 15 years old. I was walking home every night after football, probably about 7-8 miles, hitchhiking, just trying to get home. And so I moved out. I was like, I don't want this. I don't want this life. I shouldn't be walking home that far. So my survival was asking friends if I could sleep at their houses. And that's exactly what I did. And when I was a junior going into senior year, I moved to North Dakota to work for a summer, and I bought my first car. And after that, it's just been grind, I didn't want anything to be anything like my parents or my family. They're doing a lot better now. But,
sure, people can change.
Back then it was rough, man. It was just, and I didn't think about it then. You just kind of go through it, and trying to survive, and it was kind of normal. And I kind of had a chip on my shoulder, like, you guys want to do this? I'm going to show you, I'm not going to be anything like you. And I'm not. I mean, I've made my mistakes, don't get me wrong, but I had no guidance like some people with regular parents. Like with my daughter, I'm going to steer her in the right direction. That's all I can do, and lead by example.
Fuck yeah, bro. That's breaking the cycle. It really is. And so, first of all, I have a ton of admiration for that. I didn't really have a mentor either growing up per se, right? My dad was super busy. My mom wasn't super involved. Strained relationships there, certainly as a young man. And it does change. It does evolve. People can change to a great degree. But a lot of the people that come from rough backgrounds, they fight this like voice of like sabotage. Have you ever found yourself like, as you've gone through this, like sabotaging your own life? And what are some examples of things you've done that have stopped your growth, and how did you get past it? That's really important for people to know. When you come from rough background and now you're really on this great upward trajectory, right? You become a professional barber. You've got a great book of clients. You make a ton of money. You're doing scalp micropigmentation, and that's really starting to grow for you now. How did you fight the voice of sabotage? What kind of things did you put in your own way to self-destruct?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I self-destructed so many times. The last time I actually went to jail for it, being a drunk idiot. I was drunk and broke somebody's door down and punched them in the face. That was a big, big reality check for me when I woke up in jail. And
That's
I
a
thought
pivot.
to myself, how dumb am I? What am I doing?
Yeah, how retarded am
I
I?
have so much going for me over here. Why am I coming back and going backwards?
Yeah.
And so after that, I got put on probation, and that was it, man. I was never ever gonna put myself in a situation where I'm gonna go backwards. And and then I found Michaela and had a baby, and now I got people that depend on me. That's why I work so damn hard. I work every day, pretty much every day, even here and at home.
Yeah, well, you're here 6 days a week,
Yeah.
and and you come in early, you stay late, you are the
Mhm.
shop lead, you take additional responsibilities, and that's one of the reasons I had to have you on, man. I think
Yeah.
again, I think a lot of people, we're not the only ones that come from rough backgrounds. Yours might even
Yeah.
have been a lot tougher than mine, based on what I know, and I think this helps people to understand by taking action, you can really
Yeah.
make some changes, and you certainly have done that. So you look at what you've done from where you were to where you are. What kinds of habits did you actually have to kill to become this? Because this wasn't you. I knew you in school, and I'm going to be straight. You were kind of a fuck up.
I
You were
was.
a bit retarded. Now, granted, you were 24 years old,
I
23 or
was.
24, and you were too busy looking at girls and playing on your
Mhm.
phone, and right. And the guys that were a little older were over there trying to like figure the game out, right? And and you had talent, and you were a super cool dude, but you're young, so you didn't have some of the habits that you have now. What habits did you kill to become a six-figure barber? Not what have you added, but what did you kill?
I um I give a lot of credit to my fiance. She helped me grow up
Yeah.
in a lot of different ways. I had a lot of demons. I had a lot of negativity in my life. I don't drink nearly what I used to. I used to drink every single night. Now it's once in a while I drink, and that stupid little habits of going out and chasing women and drinking and all that stuff. I cut all that out, and I had a baby, bro. I had a baby, and that really changed my life. I have
Awesome.
purpose. I prayed to God, I would say 6 months before we had Zaylee, and I was in the gym parking lot, and I was like, God, please give me purpose. How can all these other people that don't want babies have babies and I can't? And I didn't think I could have kids. We tried for 3 years.
Really?
Mhm. And then boom, Zaylee.
Well, structure really is the truth, and your family has clearly provided structure. So not only is this a matter of breaking habits, Justice, but you have also become more disciplined. Talk to me about what your discipline looks like in your daily routine, because you drive about an hour to get here, an
Yeah.
hour to get home.
Mhm.
And I know when you get home, it's not just sit out on the couch to eat. There's shit that's got to get done.
Yeah.
It's the same at my house. It doesn't matter what kind of day I've had. Kids have to be fed. Kitchen has to be clean. Babies have to be bathed.
I know you.
Yeah, man, there's just people. So what does structure look like for you on a day-to-day basis for people that are listening to you and trying to figure out how to like get their shit together?
Well, I wake up at 6:24 a.m. every day.
Is that
Doesn't
a real
matter.
time?
Real time.
6:24?
24. I don't know why. I don't know why. 24. Um, even on my days off, I keep that same routine. I wake up early before everyone else. I love that because
Yeah.
that's my time. I don't have any other time that's to me besides if I wake up early.
Mm.
Do I want to go to the gym? Do I want to play my video games? Do I want to just sit and breathe and be me? That's the time I take for me, is before everyone wakes up. I love it. I used to never be like that, bro. I would never wake up early. Last time I went to school and wake up at 6 in the morning, I wake up, I go to the gym, and then I come to work, and then I work all damn day. I come home and I have dinner with my family. We either play games together, you know,
Yeah.
that's my routine. And
Man,
I'm good with that. I'm simple.
I love that you're putting on your own oxygen mask and taking care of yourself first.
Yeah.
That's huge. Just so you know, for me in my life, it's the same. You know that I do jujitsu almost every day of the week,
Yeah.
if not every day of the week, and it's one of the few ways that I get completely out of my own head. I don't owe anybody anything but myself, and those mats purify me. That's just for me.
And I've noticed when you don't go to jujitsu, yeah,
Shih Tzu, jujitsu,
shih tzu,
yeah, bro. We know what you're saying.
when you don't go, bro, you're a different person.
How so?
you
That's cool. I can accept that.
you need that
Yeah.
for you, and just like my routine in the morning.
Yeah.
If I don't have that and that gets messed up, my whole day is off. And that's just the truth, because you put out so much for others all day, every day, whether it's your wife, us, we're a lot, you know, as your barbers, I know they are, I see it.
Oh yeah.
And I know that for you, for jujitsu, that helps your mental.
It helps every aspect of my life. It helps me cope. I'm more patient. I'm more grounded. I'm less reactive. It's silly because it takes so long to become so good at it. But you know how I am. You know how I operate. We've worked closely together for a long period of time and developed a pretty strong level of trust.
I understand it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I went from down here, like where Trevor's starting is one of our brand new barbers.
Yeah, that
and
guy's
he's
great.
doing so good. And but he listens. Not everybody listens to what you have to say. You've been in business for how long?
This is we're at 3.5. It'll be 4 years in June 22nd.
I think you know what you're doing. So I think it's very important to listen to somebody that knows what they're doing, whether you believe what they have to say or not. It's just like, even any kind of advice, I believe that you should listen and take what you can from it. And in your case, I listened to every word.
Yeah, you are the only one who's ever come in here and done exactly what I've said to do. And there's a reason why you're making six figures.
It works.
Because I built this business around three principles, and I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on me, but it was create a family-friendly sanctuary for men. I wanted to do affordable luxury barbering with top shelf products, and I wanted a place for motivated and talented barbers to make six figures. So every decision I make and everything I do in this business revolves around that. If it doesn't fit into that, I don't fucking do it.
I mean, there's a reason I drive 2 hours a day.
I know. You're super loyal, dude.
If it was anywhere else, I probably wouldn't. I can get a job in Spokane.
Sure.
I could do whatever. I'm happy here.
And it's good. And we have a great partnership. So
and a big reason I wanted to be here is, you know, S&P and you and the way you run this. I believe in it. So
thank you, Justice. That means a ton to me, brother.
Yeah.
Well, you do have some S&P coming up. I've got some of your first paid opportunities. I don't think people really realize what it takes to become a successful barber. So for some of these people that are coming up in the barber game, what I would love for you to talk to people about, having just completed your first year as a professional barber, to go from $0, 0 clients, not even working in a shop that's in your area, to a guy that has full books, a lot of loyalty, and makes a lot of money. What's the truth? What is the truth about what it takes to do this? What's the reality? What would you tell all these motherfuckers?
Well, like a lot of barbers, I thought I was going to get out of school and be busy and make a lot of money right away because I thought I was the shit. No, I wasn't. I didn't know shit. And I didn't realize how much fucking work it is. The reality of the situation is every fucking day you have cards in your wallet, you have cards at your house, you have your wife has cards, everyone that you know has cards, and you're talking about yourself everywhere you go. You're promoting yourself at the restaurant, at the bank, at the gas station. I made flyers and I used that downtime to promote myself. I went down
you're
to
relentless.
the library.
Yeah.
I made flyers with QR codes. I went down Sherman and just handed those flyers out with my card.
Yeah.
The street fairs. I went everywhere. Vantage Point, when they have those little parties, just go hang out.
You know, that's the hustle part of this, right?
It's a hustle, bro.
When you work in a commission-based shop like this, I have a responsibility to make sure I'm doing my part to fill your chair, supply you with what you need, your growth opportunities, and that the money is there. But it can't be all of it. There's still a portion of responsibility that falls on every single barber, which you have taken. Yeah, which
you can't wait to get
you
fed.
can't wait, man. You can't sit around and just stand there with your open hands. Like, if you want to make money, it's there. But dude, that's why I see you out hustling constantly. That's why when you sent me a message today saying it was a little slow, he's like, I'm going to bring my Xbox in. I was like, yeah, that's not happening. Like, I'm like, a client walks in. He's like, dude, I'm fucking with you. And I'm like, of course he is. Like, that guy would never do that. Like, yeah.
Come in, I got my feet kicked up.
And that's why I was like a little shocked, but you never know. So I appreciate that your humor, and sometimes you twist my tits a little bit. It's pretty funny. So what do you think it takes? And what's very simply, what's the separation between successful barber and a talented barber and a professional one? Like what's the separation there? Because people can cut hair. I know people that are wizards with the clippers and shears, and their chairs are fucking empty. And I know, yeah. And then there's
personality, consistency, showing up every day, not walking out because you don't have an appointment. Walk-ins are welcome. And you know how many times do I get walk-ins that are, you make a lot of money from those walk-ins.
Dude, you make a ton of money. How many times has somebody left early?
And I've been $200-$300.
Yeah. And then somebody walks in, they're like, hey, I need a shave and a beard trim in the lineup and a haircut. And yeah, let's get a wash. Let's get a wax. And all of a sudden it's like, hey man, that's an extra $200-$300. You know, this add up super quick over the course of a week or 2 weeks or a month. It's incredible. So
I think one of the biggest things as a new barber is you need to focus. You need to be locked in completely, at least for a year, 6 to 7 days a week. And that's exactly what I did. And I was slow in the beginning. But now, if I really wanted to, I could finish a haircut in 20 minutes. I don't.
No,
I finish right on the dot.
I do too. We could speed it up, but then again, like
that's not what people are coming here.
No, not this shop. This isn't McDonald's, bro. You know my philosophy. We do more with less, right? We want to take good care of people. That's the affordable luxury side of bar.
And I'm not looking to do 100 haircuts a day. I don't want to.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm so good. Why am I gonna do all that?
Well,
when I could do more than them with less people, and then those less people stay with me forever.
Yeah, and you're not exhausted at the end of the day.
No.
15 conversations versus 5. Give me 5 clients that pay me $150 to $200 versus 15 clients that paid me $40.
Right.
$50. Like, no thanks, man. That's just that volume game. It's never been my vision or what I've wanted. I'm really glad that you and the rest of our barber crew really buys the vision. They understand what we do. Yeah. You know, and it's been a renaissance, you know, here in Coeur d'Alene to teach people how to take care of themselves, and that this affordable luxury barbering, this environment, it doesn't have to be some, you know, crappy place with a bunch of hair on the floor. You know how I harp on the cleanliness of the store. They come here for you. They come here for the shop environment, right? They come here it's the service, it's the environment, and it's the combination of those two things that allow guys like us to be successful and have these clients.
It's the vision, bro. The vision you have here is crazy.
So you would say, well, thank you, brother. So you were saying the big thing for barbers is lock in for that first year, set up some, you paid your dues in school. Now you're going to pay them again.
But don't let up. You don't need to let up after a year. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people get complacent.
They do.
And they're okay with making $1,000 a week or whatever that number is. I'm not.
How about no?
I'm not at all, bro. How many times did I just had a conversation with you? I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I have this conversation with my fiancée all the time. I feel like I'm so close to punching through a bubble, but I don't think I ever will, because I'm always wanting to raise the bar.
I love that. And I will tell you this, Justice. I'm almost twice your age. I'm 50. I'm starting 52 in April. You're 28. So almost twice your age. And you have a winner mentality. And when you have a winner mentality, you are never going to feel like you're doing enough. And you're never going to feel like, you know, it's all together. You're always going to feel like you're falling short and it's not enough. And you're going to trying to punch through that bubble and it's not happening. But if you really look at the reality, if we wrote a timeline out of your life, look at your fucking evolution. Mm-hmm. Look at where you were in life. Forget just this shop. Look at where you were in life. This shop has become part of your legacy now.
Oh, absolutely.
But you have done some amazing things, and I've been witness to it. And that's one of the reasons it was So important for me to spend a little time with you on our show here.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, same here. Same here.
And I love the grind, bro. I love coming to work every day. In the beginning, I think it's essential that you keep a serving job, a bartending
Oh,
job,
yeah.
anything that has customer service, because this is huge on customer service, because it cuts 1/4 of of what being a barber is. Do you know how to shave someone's neck or eyebrow shave? Are you gonna charge them extra to do that?
Do you know what shampoo does and how it works? Right. Tell people that story.
Oh,
Why
God.
don't you tell people the story about how when you first came here as a new barber and we were talking about shampoo and conditioner?
I think that's part of growth too.
Tell the listeners about that. Egos. So I think what's important here
My
is
ego.
the lesson and the ego and like why we do the things we do.
Well, we do everything with a purpose. But this
100%.
story that you're talking about, I think was a growth point even.
Yeah, it was right in this room.
Right in this room. David's very blunt and he's very brutally honest. And sometimes a dick. But that being said, he's a great human being.
It's with love.
When I walked in the room, I don't even remember what we were talking about, but the conversation got onto what does shampoo do?
And conditioner, yeah.
And conditioner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's gonna washes the hair, right? No. What are you talking about? That's what you talk. That's how we talk. What are you talking about? What does shampoo do, Justice? And it lifts dirt and debris, right?
Yeah.
And I thought he was being an asshole, so I kind of called him out. And I think it was an educational moment. He wasn't trying to be a dick. It was just, bro, know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're a professional barber now. You're not some hustler working in a shitty shop. Like,
it's hard to let that ego go. Even in my personal life with my fiance or whoever it is, my ego is a big part of who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I mean, every man has an ego. It's really hard to let go of that ego.
Yeah, it sure is. And as a professional barber, we are expected to be able to speak at that level. So if you just said, why is somebody going to buy a $29 set of 8-ounce each shampoo and conditioner from us? It's because it gently lifts dirt and oil from the hair and it drops the pH down to 4.5 to 5.5 on the pH scale. Conditioner restores the natural oils to your hair and scalp, right? And brings it back up to that neutral range. And so if you're working with store-bought shampoos that are full of sulfates and parabens and plastics and 2-in-1s. This is why you guys have dandruff. And so the expectation is, as a professional, right? We want to be able to explain to them why is that appropriate? Why would you spend $29 instead of $9? Yeah, $7 or $8 on the cheap shit. So the point wasn't to just twist your tits and upset you, but it was to challenge you.
That's exact what it is.
Yeah, and I continue to do that. I'll always do that for you, but it's because I love you and it's because I love our team and I love what we've built. Remember, this is the only shop in the city that has 655 5-star reviews or something. Yeah. We've pretty much annihilated everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. And as long as we maintain this lead and we stay doing what we're doing, it's going to be solid. We're gonna have a very bright future.
What I was saying earlier about how cutting hair is 1/4 of what it is to be a barber. What I meant is, can you do the other services and talk about the other services and explain them? Because if you want to make more money and help men take care of themselves, because we don't know what we're doing. I know what I'm doing because I went to school. I understand. So as the professional, how do I steer people into doing an ear and nose wax or a black mask peel or a scalp treatment? Why are these important? Why is it important to take care of yourself? And that I feel like as a barber, if you can explain that and you can understand it and help other men understand it, you're going to make more money. You're going to have lifetime clients that turn into friends, that go to your wedding, you go to their wedding, whatever.
It's amazing.
It is amazing because that's what happens. And I've done it.
How many of your friends come to see you? Not many.
No.
So it's the same for me. Your clients become your friends before your friends become your clients. It's the weirdest fucking thing in the world. You would think your friends want to come support you, but unfortunately it just doesn't work that way sometimes. So yeah, man, I'm really proud of you, Justice. You've done an insanely good job not only for the shop, but building yourself into an incredible human, right? Like I've been witness to your growth from
This last
23,
year.
24, well, from 23 to 24 years old and kind of a
Yeah.
shit show to the fucking shop lead, the best shop in this entire area. Super well known, great books,
Who would have thought?
making 2 G's plus a week. Like, dude, that's not common. You're not a common guy. You're not an everyday Joe, right? You're a special guy doing some special things. So,
Thanks, bro.
you know, if you were to look back on your life and your 15-year-old self walked into Deluxe today and saw you, what would he think?
He'd be proud for sure. 100% shocked. I never knew I wanted to be a barber. I knew I had good purpose, but I didn't know what that purpose was.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a long time to find my purpose and my path.
Yeah.
Of not being a little shithead, going to the bars, doing the same thing with the same people, drinking the same drink, eating the same food. I was sick of it. And that's why I moved from Montana to here.
Yeah.
I needed a fresh start. And I started doing that same cycle here until I straightened up and had a family and grow up, honestly.
What a blessing.
Yeah, great. I'm forever thankful. I'm forever grateful.
Man, I love that. So looking back at your past, this rough upbringing that you've had and kind of who you are, do you believe that you are product of your environment, or are you proof that it can be overcome? Which are you?
I'm definitely proof that it could be overcome. Everyone in my life at the time did drugs or selfish, super selfish, and I wanted nothing to be like that. So I mean, I moved from Montana to Washington. I didn't know anybody, and now I'm here, and I love it here.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the person that you continue to evolve into. It's been a pleasure to have you here at the shop. It's a pleasure to have you as my shop lead. I love you. I trust you, and I count on you daily. You're always the guy I call first to help me run. I depend on you to keep standards up, and you meet and exceed daily, which is why I continue to put opportunities in front of you and give you an opportunity to either prove yourself or show that you need growth, and I'll continue to help you, grow as needed.
I'm super excited for SMP. I mean, SMP changed my life.
Yeah.
Look at my head. I'm 29. My hairline was non-existent. I mean, I spent more time trying to cover that up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you told me what you were doing here, and I'm like,
right.
What?
Yeah, it's
You're
crazy.
telling me that I don't need to go to Turkey to get a hair transplant?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big reason why I seen the vision, and it was just like, I felt like if I didn't do this right now, I was going to get left behind and I was going to miss out on a big opportunity. And I still feel that way. And that's exactly why I show up, because in 5 to 10 years, this is going to be absolutely crazy up here.
Well, look at how much it's already grown.
I know.
I mean, we've had revenue in just at SMP, in a single month that exceeds 40 G's. In just a month of just that service. That doesn't include any barbering. So there's room. It's just this is a new service and a new product that's out here, and people don't know about it. Coeur d'Alene is 10 years behind the fucking times.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so this scalp micropigmentation, and for those of you that don't know, is the art and science of replicating human hair follicles to help men and women with thinning and balding conditions. Most simple way to say it. So we help men and women that have no hairline, like I used to. I had no hairline, and now you can see, if you're watching this on video, this beautiful hairline that frames my face, makes me more symmetrically attractive, makes me look younger, more virile, healthier, stronger. And then there's men and women that have density issues, or people that have scars that need to be covered up, and that's what we do on that side. And so this is
life-changing.
Yeah, it is. I got it done. It changed my life. That's why I did it. It's why I've studied with some of the best in the world and brought it to here. And, obviously I had you guys train on this, because my vision is for all of us to be able to do this and to capitalize this. You realize this keeps us 10 years ahead of every other barbershop.
Yeah, nobody else is doing it.
No. And we're really good at it, right? Like, we've developed a pretty amazing body of work, and you've seen what that progression looks like. So what can we expect from you personally and professionally over, say the next year? Where will we see Justice McManus, in life? What are you going to be doing here?
I will be exceeding, man. My big goal of mine is to double what I made last year, and I'm going to do that. SMP, I want to be doing at least 1 to 2 people's heads a month to start out this first year. I want to be the best me I could be. I've already lost 20 pounds this year. So
Hmm.
my weight journey, my life, everything in line. Being a barber, I feel like I'm I grow every day. Even if I feel like I don't, I feel like my growth is there. Ultimately, this time next year, I'm gonna be a better man, a better husband. I'm gonna be a homeowner. S&P is a big part of my life,
Yeah.
and I believe that.
Well, we've got this coming up for you. I think you're well aware that I'm looking for pathways and opportunities for you and put you in line when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
And you've shown a lot of growth in that area. For those of you that don't know who we are, what we do, please check out www.deluxebarbershopcda.com. And if you'd like to check out scalp micropigmentation, we are at www.smpinkcda.com. And you can find us on Instagram as well at Lake City Deluxe or at smp.ink.cda. Any final words or thoughts from you, Justice?
No, I appreciate you having me on here. This is awesome. It sounds great. It looks great.
Cool. Thank you.
Just like anything, I hope that our team continues to grow.
Yeah.
We continue to grow, which we will. And I look forward to seeing people in my chair.
Yeah, man. It's not going to just be all business. You know, I like to have fun and cut loose a couple times a year. We go out on the boat. We go out to dinners. I've got some end of the slow season stuff coming up that I want to plan so we can go out and cut loose one more time before the shit hits the fan and you're begging for breaks, which would be great. You're one guy I know that can handle that. So
I don't brag. I'll stay.
Yeah, I know you will. You're the rock in the storm for sure, and I appreciate that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about do the thing, this is a guy who does the things, right? When you talk about wherever you are in your life, you're trying to make changes and you're trying to grow personally and professionally, action is the way it's done. There is no other way. You've got to take action. You may not know whether it's the right answer or the wrong answer, but that's part of growth. We make the moves. We don't know what the outcome might be.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel.
We take action, right?
Taking action.
We take action, and if we fail, we grow.
Even when it sucks, like you have anxiety, depression, or whatever, the best medicine is taking action.
Amen, dude.
Taking a couple of steps forward because that's all you have. Sometimes that's literally all you have.
You couldn't have said it any better. I know we both know another young man that's got some severe anxiety, and that is what I preach is get to work on yourself. Create, and here's what I believe, Justice, and this is what you do, and even though you articulate it a different way, our purpose here is to create the best version of ourselves and to give that gift back to the world.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%.
Super simple, man. Like, and if you find yourself ridden with anxiety or you find yourself struggling day to day with who you are or where you're going, get to fucking work.
You got to get to work.
Yeah.
You have to.
Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, like.
Quit. I mean, you got to quit drinking or for me, I was drinking every day. I had to cut back and mental clarity. And that's part of taking steps and taking action and not accepting who you are. You're not an alcoholic. You're not a drug addict. You're not lazy. You're choosing to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 100% with barbers in general. I would say from what I can see, people are just lazy and they don't want to take steps forward. They feel bad for themselves and they're not taking accountability. And that's a big part of growth is accountability.
Yes, sir. I think we even said that in the beginning. People want to do things and they clap for your results, but they don't clap for the fucking climb.
No.
Everybody wants the view. Nobody wants the climb. Nobody wants to do that heavy work, right? That heavy breathing where you're snotting and drooling on yourself and you're taking the beatings, right? The traumas that come with this. Like if you
the battles.
Yeah, I mean, think about from where you were to where you are. How many things have happened in your life? Like relationships that didn't survive, friends that bounced out, wounds that didn't heal properly. Right. There's a fucking price to pay to become somebody, right? And sometimes we lose people along the way and things get damaged or we lose money, right? I look at when I lose money, because I don't know, not every endeavor is like perfect or sometimes I'll spend money on something. It's fucking tuition.
Right.
I'm in school, right? The school is life. This is my fucking tuition to pay. So when I'm like, oh, I'm going to try this thing and I'm going to do this, you see how I do it. It's tuition, right?
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, man. So you can't beat yourself up when you've made a mistake, whether it's a heavy night of drinking in Vegas and you lose some money and, or
my fiance was mad at me that night.
You don't say, Justice.
I mean, I mean, drinking is fun when you're young, and I get it.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Oh, for sure, dude.
But
I make no mistakes, Justice.
you get to a point where you're just like, bro, I don't want that. I want a nice fucking truck. I want my family to be healthy, and I'll sacrifice my time as long as they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
My fiance, Michaela, she gets to stay home every day with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody gets to do that, bro.
Not everybody can do that. You're right.
Especially today, like, what's minimum wage out there? Like,
well, here in Idaho, 7.25.
that's bullshit.
Yeah, we can't.
Nobody can live on that ever.
No,
that's such bullshit. I feel a big blessing to be able to provide for my family, even if it's hard. I may make a lot of money, but money in, money out, right? I'm not where I want to be. This is year one, baby. And we're already here. 2 new vehicles, a ring, a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just big things coming these next few years.
Yeah, the barber, being a barber.
Like, I'm proud that I work here. I mean, I'm gonna get this tattooed on my leg. You know?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Justice is going to get the Lake City Deluxe Barbershop and Shave Company tattoo. So when he gets that done, we'll put him up on Instagram and have him featured for that. That's a big thing, not only for you, but for me. This was just, my dream and my vision. And of course, as you've bought into this as much as you have, and all of the people, our team that has bought in, to have that level of buy-in and trust in me and this business and yourself, that that this is your home. Man, it's humbling to me, and I'm super grateful for that, Justice.
Absolutely, man. It's not even crazy, man. This is a part of my journey, and it forever will be. I'm forever thankful for this place. It changed my life.
Yeah, man.
Of course I'm gonna get it on me, but the opportunities that have came my way and the doors that have opened, I couldn't get anywhere else, not around here anyways. SMP, somebody that gives a fuck, somebody that wants you to do better genuinely. You're not going to get that at any of these other shops. They don't care. They don't care like you care. And that's a fucking fact.
Wow. Thank you, bro. You're gonna choke me up on my own podcast here. Well, with that said, I want to thank you for being here today, and I want to thank you for being part of Lake City Deluxe Barbershop and Shave Company and SMP CDA. You're doing some really great things with your life, Justice. And for those of you that are out there now and you're stuck in a rut, the message is to take actions. If you know somebody that this can help out, send the podcast their way. Justice, any final words?
No, we're all good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Do the Thing with David Kelman and Justice McManus. Thanks again.